My name is Adam Monteith. Business is Evoca, and Evoca is a physiotherapy space. And we term it a space because I don't like the words practice or clinic. We've been operating for a touch over 7 years. So prior to starting with the Entourage, and this would have been early 2017, we were good. Things were tracking pretty good. We had one location and we were comfortable, is probably the best word. Comfortable with a drive to do more and an energy to want to do more and get our product to more people, but certainly comfortable in our day-to-day with this underlying want to do better. The key things that I've learnt from the Entourage, the first one being get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that resonated with me on day one because that's exactly where I was. I was comfortable and I knew to take it to where I wanted to take it. I had to be, it was going to be difficult. It was going to be challenging and thus uncomfortable. But knowing that then that was okay kind of was almost the trigger that needed to pull. And then from joining the Entourage in May, we opened the doors to our second space in February. Intuitively, I think I'm reasonably good at talking to people and telling them what I need and how a product can help them. But listening to Pete Lakovich in the Entourage, he immediately had systems and models around the things that I was probably doing, which cemented to me that they were the right way to go, but also enabled and gave me a teaching model for other physios in here that are great physios, but gave them a model which helped them talk about the product to somebody. Another probably significant learning that I took from the Entourage was around the word culture, and culture was something I knew to be enormous in terms of its value to a business, and it is, in my mind, everything that you see, look, feel. It's a word you can't kind of describe when you walk into a space and a place that's got an energy about it. And going to the Entourage, they knew this word and they had defined this word and they had value sets for this word. And they helped me then define it and give it values that I could then educate the staff on. So instead of it just being up here that I knew, something that I knew to be so important, and it helped me talk about it more and then define it and give it value sets and then provide feedback to staff on those value sets around this word, culture, which is huge. It's everything. The number one thing's got to be simply opening this space. We're on Martin Place, level 1. We've got a great outlook, and this particular space, the way that we've designed it, it embodies everything that we are. It is our complete and utter vision for what physiotherapy and health can be in terms of customer service. So opening the doors to our second space has been huge. That's got to be the number one, and having it done in such a, I think, short time frame. I'd been bumbling around for 18 months looking at different leases and spaces and finding reasons for why it didn't fit. But since joining the Entourage in May, it was absolutely a pull the trigger, floodgates are open, and we got the job done. I think we've gone from 5 to 11, so we've more than doubled the number of staff that we have, and with that comes more work in itself. But essentially, we don't hire people unless we need them, so there's a workload there that needs to be met by the growing staff number. So I guess that's got to be result number 2. Probably hitting numbers that I didn't think were ever achievable in physio nor health. And so to be breaching the $1 million mark was a massive milestone for us. Even though as we've grown there's been more things to do and more things to manage and more wages to pay and more super to pay and more insurances to pay. Like it's still a little indicator that you're heading in the right direction. I'd recommend people get started in the Entourage, and anyone who's in business. Like running a business is a skill. I'm trained technically as a physio, but no one's taught me business. It's a skill and you need to learn it like anything else. And there are people in this world that are better at it, and there's a ton of them at the Entourage. And leaning on them for advice in all different aspects of your business. So anybody who is running a business and trying to generate revenue and has expenses should be looking at the Entourage. So since going to a bunch of workshops myself, I've realised it's not only important for me to be there, but for key members and all members of our team to go. And so we've been finding that we were sending a lot of the staff and the team to workshops themselves so they can be in there and immerse themselves with that kind of level and get exposure to all the content, because there is nothing like being there. You can watch online or you can jump into content online, but being in there for 6 hours and having a presenter talk to you and you physically write down notes, you're accountable to what's being presented at the time and you're fully immersed in the process. So me knowing that that's been good for me, I've been sending our guys there as well, knowing it's going to be good for them. So this guy here is value set, and again, something that was up here that I kind of expected everybody who entered this place to behold. What I didn't identify was the importance to actually define it, write it down, create an artwork piece around it, and then put that in every room in this space. So that's something that without the entourage would have stayed up here and not been displayed and then reminded of in the rooms. So this is probably one of those key learnings and key pieces that I think keeps driving team performance to the level that you want. And as you get bigger, there's more importance for that because your quality must remain the same.